In the most recent versions of Super Smash Bros., one of the most anticipated new characters was Pac-Man. Yet Namco didn't just bring this Man of Pac to the game, no. They also brought some killer stages. And by killer, I'm talking about the universally hated Pac-Land stage. Seriously, from what I've been seeing online, you guys hate this stage, and it's no surprise. Let's be honest, nobody likes the scrolling stages. They're clunky, they often result in cheap KOs, and barely give you any time to actually fight your opponents. Yet, while the Pac-Land stage suffers from all of this in spades, I actually find it super fascinating because it's actually extremely reminiscent of its origin game. The Pac-Land stage shoves the entire game into one map, which sounds a lot more impressive than it really is. Seriously, here's a walkthrough of the whole arcade game. Walk through a town, walk through the wilderness, go through a magical doorway to Fairyland, because that makes sense. Get a pair of winged shoes from the Fairy Queen, walk home, then wash, rinse, and repeat until you run out of lives. What, were you expecting some kind of epic story? This is Pac-Man that we're talking about here. The most in-depth that his stories have ever gotten was in Pac-Man World 3 when he tries to stop an evil genius from siphoning power from the Spectral Realm. But, back to Pac-Land. It's actually pretty awesome just how faithful to the game the stage is. One of the only main differences is that typically each loop through the game will consist of different locations, but in Smash Bros. The layout is the same there and back again. A Hobbit's Tale. You'll start at the town, go through the forest, cross the bridge, and enter Fairyland. On the way back, however, you'll go through the desert, travel through the mountains, cross the pond, and end up back at the town. This stage includes every single location in Pac-Land, save for the castle because that would somehow be even less fun to fight on. Additionally, as you loop through the stage, the level will cycle through the time of day. This is actually how the arcade game worked as well, with the game progressively getting darker, but resetting back to light on the 5th trip through. What's even cooler are the minor details that are worked right into the stage. For example, you're able to push objects to reveal power-ups in Pac-Land. In Smash Bros, you can do the very same thing, but this lets you grow in size just like you got a super mushroom. Not only that, when you reach the Fairy Queen in the arcade game, she gives Pac-Man a pair of shoes that give him unlimited jumps. In Smash, you can use these very same shoes in order to get a jump increase power-up. However, you can only get these bonuses when you have items turned on. If you don't, then you can push all you want or try to pick up those swanky kicks, but you ain't getting no powers. Still, if all that side-scrolling power-up nonsense gets to be a bit too much for you, just switch on over to the Omega version of the stage that takes place exclusively in the mountain portion of the game and lets you rock pro-level Final Destination style. But as we all know, Pac-Land is exclusively on the Wii U version of Smash, and on the 3DS we get this super freaking awesome Pac-Maze. Seriously, why didn't the Wii U version get this? Let's hop onto it. Now, obviously the Pac-Maze is based on the original arcade version of Pac-Man, but the neon finish reminds me of the super awesome Pac-Man Championship Edition and Champion Edition DX. The Pac-Maze has all of your favorites: Pac-Dots, Power Pellets, Bonus Fruit, and those lovable ghosts, Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. Seriously, Clyde? Why do you have to be the special snowflake with a different sounding name? You might as well throw on a fedora and talk about how Goku would have been a good character in Smash while you're at it. The Pac-Maze is a game within a game. Note how it keeps score of every single object that you interact with on the stage. This is similar to how the 75-meter stage worked in Brawl. Each Pac-Dot you collect is worth 1 point, each bonus fruit is worth 10 points, however, unlike the Donkey Kong stage, when you reach 100 points, a Power Pellet will appear and directly impacts the gameplay. The Power Pellet functions much like how it does in Pac-Man. The ghosts will turn blue and you can eat them. The first one is worth 200 points, the next one doubles to 400, it doubles again to 800, and every ghost defeated afterwards will yield a whopping 1600 points. Interesting side note, the ghosts only turn blue for the player that obtains the Power Pellet. Every other player will just see normal colored ghosts and will be damaged regularly. But the Power Pellet isn't just for ghost immunity and racking up all those useless points. It also gives the player that consumes it a temporary boost to their attack strength. But you know what these stages remind me of? That awesome song from the 80s, Pac-Man Fever. You know, I got Pac-Man Fever. So when looking it up on YouTube to listen to it, I found this awesome video by the channel called This Exists. It goes into the history of the song and so much more. Seriously, it's actually super interesting. Check it out, I've been binge watching his videos all week. But when you're done with that, you should hop on over to my personal channel and check out my unpopular Mario Kart Double Dash opinions, or stay here and check out the latest episode of Smash History where I talk about Kirby's moveset origins.